Hi, it's Camo with the National Access Facebook show presented by Soulless North Gulch Apartments, where taste matters. And we're here in the studio. Tell you, we're really lucky to have these guys. They're from California. They're called Leaving Austin. Hey.
What's up, man?
Getting a strange sense of deja vu. Your new EP is featured on iTunes right now, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, very exciting. Super exciting. Yeah.
First of all, let's introduce yourselves to everybody, because we've got a couple of shut-ins that don't read very well.
Yeah, sure. I'm Davis.
I'm Michael.
I'm Austin.
And you're the reason everybody's leaving Austin.
Yeah.
How did the band name come about? It's just a different band name.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with a band name for a while. We didn't want it to just be his name. He wanted it to feel like a band, you know. And I was just leaving his house one time, just another day, and my roommate called me and was like, "Hey, where you at?" I was like, "Oh, I'm leaving Austin's," and it just kind of clicked. And I called him, and he was like, "Dude, that's awesome."
Cool.
And just stuck.
Yeah.
It's so hard coming up with a band name because you want it to sound really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the borderline between cool and stupid.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupid ones. I don't even remember.
But even some of the stupid names can be cool. But it's finding where that goes.
So it's like, I know what you mean.
Well,
remember Richard Hell and the Voidoids.
Yeah. We probably overthought most of it.
Yeah.
And then it's those moments, it's just like, oh, there it is.
And that could be like writing the songs too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Slave over it and try and come up with something and nothing, and then something just hits you and it works.
And it's typically the simplest thing.
Yeah.
Now, did you write all the cuts on the album?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. We've, I mean, anything.
That means you guys get all the royalties.
Yeah, we share.
Yeah,
that's great. We've written everything since day one, so there's no reason at this point to not be a part of what we're doing. So
it's funny because a lot of labels will say, well, when it's your first album, you've had all those years to write it. But then when you need another album next year, it's harder to sit down and say, okay, we need 12 or 13 songs.
Oh, dude, we've got 70.
Honestly, if we wanted to write an album, we'd just come here for 2 weeks and then we'd probably, for some reason, we write it and we could pick out of those songs and be completely happy with them to go on it.
Yeah.
We get lucky. I mean, I don't know. There's something about us being together.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Now, you're from California, and you've developed a really strong West Coast following.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the move to go national and be a national touring band.
Yeah.
Is that kind of daunting?
Nah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm just ready, man.
We're ready.
How long have you been working at it to get to this point?
I mean, we've been playing music for 10 years.
Yeah, together. Yeah.
Maybe a little.
And then you'll hit nationally and you'll be an overnight sensation.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how it works, right?
And as far as Nashville goes, 10 years, that's what Nashville is. It's in your town.
Yep. We've heard it over and over.
Yeah, and we were like, thank God. It's been 10 years. That counts.
Well.
I don't got much time.
Yeah, I know. Does that ever feel like you're in that, man, we haven't got much time to do this. We got to make it happen now.
It did because I just turned 30.
And I was like, bleed for it.
Well, but I was like, when Florida Georgia Line came out, they were like 26, and Michael's 26. So I was like, I wanted to get there at that age.
You know what, though? We always kind of felt the calling to do this.
Yeah.
Each of us individually, and the people involved with us as well, which is crazy. But just everything seemed like we're supposed to do this, so there was really no other option ever. So for us, it's like when it happens, it happens. And we're gonna do this no matter what.
Yeah. Timing is everything. So
Apparently, and we don't have that much on this show. But 30 in that 30 area is a good age to be kind of hitting your stride, because you're kind of done with a lot of the kid stuff.
Sure.
True.
You're developed to a point that you have a much more mature style and much more mature understanding of how the business works. So it's not like people throwing stupid amounts of money at you, and you buy a monkey or anything. You know?
Still might do that.
My kids probably would.
Now, you've got kids. How do you guys have kids?
I do not.
How do the kids look at what you're doing?
Man, my son is 2 and my daughter's 4, and they love music.
Yeah.
They're always playing with me at home. He has a little guitar.
Yeah, he gets down.
So he's like, he has.
Can he get back up again?
He has.
He can like strum.
He strums
in
on
time.
beat in
It's
time,
nuts.
and I didn't teach him.
Yeah.
It's hard though. They saw we posted a video the other day.
Yeah.
Just right before we did our show at Analog, and the kids saw it. My wife said, and just started crying and wanted me, and that gets hard because I'm like, I want to go home and hold him.
How was the Analog show? You just recently did that.
Unreal.
Couldn't have been better.
It's a cool venue.
It's great.
Yeah.
Everything, the whole vibe is like, it was perfect.
And it's funny because the name of the place seems to really
great.
suit it. It has that. It doesn't have a digital feel, like a modern feel to it. It's really old school.
Yeah. It was great.
You have a good crowd?
Yeah.
That was like,
excellent.
it's like overwhelming a little bit.
Yeah,
I didn't think that many people would show up, to be honest.
We did like an interview after, and I was like, I don't know what to say right now. I couldn't answer anything. I was like, I'm stuck in this moment right now.
Yeah.
That's cool. Those moments have to really be a big deal. And I always remember those when you're, struggling to do something. And it's like, man, remember that.
I don't think we'll ever forget that night. That was,
How are Nashville audiences responding to what you're doing?
I mean, that was our first show as a full band.
Yeah.
Like we've done a couple acoustic things, which had great turnouts as well. And everyone tells us that it's like a hard audience because there's so much talent here. It's insane, and that's like kind of scary. But when you look out and you see people either singing your words that you have never seen before, or like label heads bobbing their head and moving, like that's a tough audience. And I mean, it looked like everyone had a great time. Our management team was, they were kind of scanning the room and looked like everyone was having a great time. So
excellent.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Now, you're not on a label yet.
Nope.
So that was a good showcase for you to have these guys out.
Oh
yeah. We've been lucky enough this year. We just signed our first publishing deal with BMG and Seagull Venture, which is amazing. They've been killing it for us. So
that's really neat. That's a good way to break in too. A lot of artists tend to come at it from that way. Come at it from getting a publishing deal, and then it kind of opens the door a little bit.
For sure.
Labels, they got a deal. All right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The cool thing about your music, when I was listening to it, is that you expect it to be kind of Florida Georgia line, but it's not, and it's pop country, but it's not. You really are carving out a neat little niche for yourself.
Yeah, that's our goal. I mean, we don't want to follow exactly what someone else does. Like, what's the point?
We've been doing the same thing since the beginning.
Yeah.
That's great. You've got a consistent sound.
Yeah.
Not changing just because the musical styles change.
Yeah, I mean, we always write from the heart, from true experience. I mean, where we're from, like most people think, California, like LA, the beach. Yeah. Like that's not where we're from. Like we're from, like he grew up on a raisin farm his whole life.
All farming.
Yeah.
I live on a horse ranch right now.
Yep. In a barn.
In a barn.
No joke.
It's like a big barn, and half of it is like a little house.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. There's a lot of, or seems like now there's a lot of California artists coming to Nashville and making an impact, which is great. And not all of it is the LA beach scene. There's a lot of Bakersfield people coming in, and I mean John Pardee, Northern California, and
Devin Dawson too, from up there. Yeah.
So I think it's a good time for California to be. It's great too to see that resurgence because California had, kind of a heyday with the Bakersfield sound back in the 60s and 70s, and then the LA Canyon sound with more, Stevie Nicks, and
right.
Neil Young and people like that. But it's great to see such diversity coming out of the state as far as music goes.
Yeah.
You want to do a song for us, and then we'll talk a bit more?
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Song off the EP.
Just
This
woke
is
up. Let's go.
Leaving Austin.
Yeah.
Can't put out a wildfire with a whisper. You can't calm a hurricane with a kiss. You can't catch lightning, you can't hush thunder. You can't hold back a stubborn storm like this. But she can. If she can love a guy like me, that girl can do about anything. Cause Lord knows I've got breaks to fix, and that ain't back to down an inch. She's my lost and saving grace. She's my high school sleeper faith. Not just anyone can love me just the way I am, but she can. She can cool me off quicker than a rainfall. She can read my mind like an open book. She sees every part of me, brightens up the darkest me. If anyone can heal me with a look, she can. She can love a guy like me, that girl can do about anything. Cause Lord knows I've got breaks to fix, and that ain't back to down an inch. She's my lost, my saving grace. She's my high school sleeper faith. Not just anyone can love me just the way I am, but she can. Yeah, she can. She can make me wanna be better. She's been doing it since the day I met her. Yeah. If she can love a guy like me, that girl can do about anything. Cause Lord knows I've got breaks to fix, and that ain't back to down an inch. She's my lost on saving grace. She's my eyes closed sleeper faith. Not just anyone can love me just the way I am, but she can.
That's the future of country music right there. Man, seriously.
Thank you, dude.
And I love being called dude on the show too.
Bro, dude.
Bro, dude.
Yeah.
Excellent. As long as you don't call me buddy, chief, sport, or pal.
No, we don't do those.
No. Man, the harmonies are tight. There are so many acts that can't reproduce their sound out on the road because they're such studio bands.
Oh yeah.
But I think from the way you guys developed, you can. That's what you are.
Yeah.
You're a road band.
That's what
we've always.
This Around a Fire. I mean, that's where we started. So
We've always made sure to. That was our strongest point. Was to. Can we sound
Can
as
we
good
do
as
this?
we do on the record?
Can we do it live?
So we've
sound
always
authentic?
really worked on that.
And the EP is, I mean, it's such a strong, lyrically, it's such a strong album to start with. And musically, I love it. It's really great.
We do too.
Yeah.
Was it kind of cool when that came out? You know, it's like, all right,
Felt
this is
really
the one that we
It
can
did,
really break.
because it's been so long since we've had music. music out.
Yeah.
And then we've had songs sitting, just like, oh my gosh.
We still
put
do.
these out. We still do, yeah.
Yeah, we wrote, like 80-something songs over the last year and a half. And picked 6, and we're like, let's put some stuff out, give people a taste of what we're doing right now, so.
Yeah, I hope it breaks out because, I've listened to it over the past week and listened to the whole thing again this morning, and I really like it. It's just got a distinct sound.
It's funny too, last night we were enjoying ourselves after our show, hanging out, and this girl came up, and we're new, we're a new band, to most of the world, and she didn't come up and go, oh my God, are you guys leaving Austin? She walked up and was like, are you Southern Gold and Nothing But You? Like, she knew the song titles. And I was like, that's tight.
Yeah. Have you gotten to the point yet where people are singing your songs back to you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Our hometown.
I mean, that's been going on for some years now, but not like this now.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely getting better. Yeah.
What is your hometown?
Me and Mike are from a place called Visalia, California.
And I'm in Clovis, which is Fresno, Clovis.
Yeah.
And then Selma is where I grew up.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Clovis.
Big shout out to the hometown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How are the hometown people seeing this success and thinking these boys are gonna break?
Yeah, we have a ton of
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a venue. We're playing our EP release show because we've been out here when it's released. So we're gonna do a show back home, and it's gonna be crazy. I'm real excited.
Yeah.
What would be your ideal gig?
Oh gosh.
Like playing with an artist or just
your venue. What would be the
for me?
Be the coolest venue?
It would be the Save Mart Center in my hometown.
Wow.
That would be a real great feeling.
I want to play Red Rocks.
Oh
that
gosh.
would be
Dude, that place is unreal.
I mean, if we're talking about out of that, it would be Red Rocks.
It would
But
feel really good to play.
Kudos for you saying hometown.
Yeah. I mean,
scored the point.
I've been to so many concerts there. I've seen so many artists that I grew up admiring.
Why am I seeing like U2's video from the rooftop? I'm seeing that whole thing where it's a whole video of you guys coming home and playing this local venue.
Hopefully we do.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there you go.
Heck yeah.
You gonna write that down?
Yeah, your publicist. She was bobbing her head like crazy when you were saying that. I think you got a fan. One question I always ask up and coming artists is, who would you like to open for you?
For us?
For us?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Of the current crop of artists out there, who would you like to open for you?
I don't
makes
mind.
me feel like I'm putting them down.
Yeah, that's the thing, because anyone that wants to open for us.
Anyway.
Honestly.
No, but because the music business is so fickle, some artists just break and they're instantly, after 10 years of work, they're instantly starred. But, so that's not slamming anybody else, it's the way the business works. So if you had your pick of anybody out there, who would you
Big one for me would be Morgan Wallen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to open for him though. Right now.
That would be cool, because your styles are similar but completely different.
Oh yeah. He's killing it though.
Yeah.
Man, I could listen to that record all day.
We played the single "The Way I Talk" about a year before anything broke for him, and I thought, this guy's gonna make it. He's got a really cool sound, and then boom, the next thing is, with
Up down.
And that just popped him.
Yeah.
His music's so good. That song he just put out, "Cover Me Up."
Yeah.
Have you heard?
The whole album is great.
That video too.
Who are some of the artists that you see kind of kind of a guiding light from? Not an influence so much, but you think, if I could kind of follow their career.
Yeah, I mean, for me, one of the big ones, I mean, at least in country music, Keith Urban is a huge one, just because he's always pushed the limit a little bit, I think. And he's had a steady career. We don't want like an overnight one song that does it, and that's what we're singing for the rest of our lives. Like we want a career, like we want people to hear our life through music, and you can't do that in one song.
The thing that I think you have similar to Keith is, to me, the big artists are the artists that you can say, okay, if I strip away all the money and fame, they'll still be in their garage just having fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And Keith Urban totally is about that. And I get the same idea from you. You'd be doing this just whatever.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
You think a lot of kids today don't have that. They want the fame and they don't want to do the work behind it.
Yeah, it's better when you work. I mean, you reap something and it's like, it feels better when you actually work hard for something. You know?
Yeah, every small achievement we get feels
so
huge awesome for us because we've worked so hard for 10 years to get somewhere.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's great.
You want to do another song?
Sure.
Excellent.
What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you guys want to hear from that EP? We'll try to attempt it on acoustic.
Can you do Sundown?
What's that, John?
Can you do Sundown?
Which one? So we've got
I was like, which one?
We've got Southern Gold.
I'm old.
Oh yeah, we can do Southern Gold.
Southern Gold.
The second track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Southern
Was
Gold.
that the second track? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I can remember tracks, but I can't remember names anymore.
She'll be a crown every time she walks across the room. Like a dream, a movie scene, what's a country boy to do? With those red lips and those blue jeans, my heart skipped in a beat. She's that pure kind of authentic, that top shelf kind of thing. Southern Gold, can't deny the way she moves, Tennessee fire, smooth and slow, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. Southern Gold, blow my mind, so beautiful, make a grown man cry. There she goes, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. And every guy wants to leave with her hanging on the wall. But pick up lines, they're gonna fly. She don't fall from uptown charm. Southern Gold, can't beat her. The way she moves, Tennessee fire, smooth and slow, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. Southern Gold, blow my mind, so beautiful, make a grown man cry. There she goes, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. Southern Gold, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh. Southern Gold, oh, oh, whoa. I've been hooked on those red lips since I finally got that kiss. Struck it rich, and now I get to put her in a love song. She's Southern Gold, can't deny the way she moves, Tennessee fire, smooth and slow, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. Southern Gold, can't deny the way she moves, Tennessee fire, smooth and slow, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. Southern Gold, blow my mind, so beautiful, make a grown man cry. There she goes, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. Southern Gold, oh, 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 oh. Southern Gold, oh, 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 oh. She's Southern Gold, oh, 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 oh. There she goes, everybody knows. You gotta put her in a love song. I think I might pass out.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's Leaving Austin. Make sure you go check out their new EP. It is killer. And I'm not kidding when I said future of country music.
Thank you.
I wish you
That means a
the
lot.
best of success.
Thank you.
I think you're on the right track. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the show, and we'll see you next week. I'm Camo. You've been watching the Nashville Access Facebook show. Make sure you check me out on Chris Country, middays on Sundays in the UK, and Thursday mornings on 88.9 Tamworth FM in Australia on Thursdays. See you next time.